Hey guys, this is Jason, JC316. Today I'm going to be showing y'all how to change the radiator on an '03 to probably '09 Mazda 6. Now, I got this car and I didn't really think much about it. Radiator's normally a simple job. So I started in on it, it wasn't really video worthy. Then I got to looking at this thing, and I got to looking at the shop manual, and they designed this car like utter crap. Whoever designed this is going to the special hell. The entire front end has to come off. I'm talking all of it. The core support has to come off, the headlights have to come off, bumper cover has to come off, all of it. You're going to be left here with nothing but a shell. Even as good as I am at figuring out ways around stupid shit like this, I can't figure this out. The whole front end has to come off. So that is definitely video worthy. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is disconnect the battery. You're going to be working around airbag sensors and you don't want them going off on you. Next thing you're going to want to do is get it up on jack stands, because we're going to have to access the bumper cover. Now, since I'd already started this job, I've already taken out a few of the bolts. They're all 10 millimeters. They're here, here, here. Same on this side, here, here, and here. And there's a Phillip head screw here and here, and then one of the little just pull tabs. You stick a screwdriver in and pop them out. So that's kind of gotten me loose. I've also taken out two 10 millimeter bolts here and here. But as you can see, the crap goes that way, and you can't get to it without taking the bumper cover off. So we're going to raise the vehicle on jack stands. I'm going to try not to take the tires off, but I've got it secure on jack stands. And here we go. So it looks like over here, looks like there should have been something here, but it's gone now. But there's a, actually it's up here. There'll be a Phillip head screw right there that holds the bumper cover on, and there's probably screws under here too, Phillip head. Yeah, so here, there, and there, and that's already broke, but that'll have to come off too. There's going to be a 10 millimeter bolt there, and everything should be the same on the other side, and then this bumper cover should slide off. So I'm going to take these off real quick and I'll be right back. Alright, so on this side there, these are here. It's just a Phillip head screw and then one of these style, and I'll show you how to work these. You just get a screwdriver or something in the slot there, and pull the pin out, and then that pulls out. Phillip head. Turn the wheels all the way so we can get at it. Yeah, that's going to be stripped out on me, but again, it's just plastic, so a little working at it, it'll break loose. There. And with that, you'll gain access to that panel and then the other screw, which is right up under there. So, be right back. Okay, with those loose, you just kind of wiggle them and they'll come loose from the headlights, and carefully slide. There'll be a couple of electrical connectors for the outside panels. They're just, or the outside lights. They're just squeeze clips. One on each side. And then just slide this off. I'm going to need both hands, so I'll be back in just a second. Alright, so once that comes off, you should have something that looks a lot like this. Bumper cover goes over there. Now, somebody has definitely beat me to this job before, but so it came off pretty easy, but it shouldn't be that hard. Alright, now that gives you access to the headlights. Looks like we're going to have a 10 millimeter right here, and then yeah, somebody's definitely beat me to this. That screw's missing. There'll be one there, and one more, the upper brass one should do it. Same thing on the other side. Pop those off, and then you'll have to worry about the electrical connectors on the back of the headlight, and that should slide those right out of the way, and then we'll start worrying about the primary bumper. So be right back. Okay, with the headlights out, you're going to look a lot like this. So now we're going to have to get rid of the primary bumper. And what that's going to be is two 10mm bolts here and here. Actually, it'll be four. They'll be here and here. Now somebody beat me to this and already have these out. So then you're going to be looking at 13mm 4 bolts here, 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 there, there, and there. Once those are out, this will come off. Now, be pretty careful whenever you do this, because this thing looks like it might be kind of heavy. Might be better to have 2 people, or just be real careful with it. And that should drop out of there and give you access to the core support. So I'm going to pop those off, be right back. Alright, so at this point, core support's just kind of hanging there on its own. The radiator still being attached is what's on there, but you can see how loose it is. So now we can take the power steering reservoir off, which is just two 10mm. You'll want to support the hood with something else because the prop rod is attached to this core support. Okay, what am I looking at now? Okay. It looks like if I take that piece off and pop it up on this side, maybe I can lift the core support right off from the condenser and radiator combo. So let me look at that real quick and I'll be back. Okay, so I was right. These little plastic covers just pop off. Just stick a screwdriver under them and on this end and pry them out of there, and then there'll be these little rubber bushings right on top of that. You pry those out, and then that'll allow this to slide off from your radiator and all that. At this point, you're probably going to want to disconnect your crash sensor here and up in here. Now, again, make sure the battery's off and make sure it's drained. You can turn your headlights on just to make sure. And once that's done, you can disconnect that. And I'm not going to mess with this, the hood latch, because 9 times out of 10 when you mess with them, you can never get them back right. But the cable kind of swings this way. So I'm going to take this entire piece and slide it off and swivel it this way and set it down over there. And it should give me access to the radiator and the AC condenser. So be right back. One more piece that you have to disconnect is this electrical connector. Swings through and is right here. I'm not even sure what it is. Maybe a hood open sensor, but just pop that loose and then it should swivel out. Okay, so at this point you're left with this. That piece has swiveled over there, and the radiator slash condenser is just kind of hanging here. At this point you're going to want a drain pan because we're fixing to have to disconnect the upper and lower radiator hoses. So upper hose is here, and it's these god-awful squeeze clamps. Lower hose is here, and whenever you drop this one, the antifreeze is going to go everywhere. So try to catch as much as you can, soak up anything that's left. So after that's done, you can also take this guy off. It goes over to the overflow bottle. So once that's done, you're going to be looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts there. But I might actually want to take the fans off first, because I'm going to try not to disconnect any of the AC crap whenever I do this. I shouldn't have to. Alright, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let me get the radiator hoses off and then we'll go from there. Be right back. Alright, in addition to the lower radiator hose, you're also going to have an oil cooler here, or a transmission cooler there, and one more water line here. I don't even know what this does. It's probably a bypass line of some sort, but take all three of those off and it should be just about done under here. And since the radiators, everything's loose, I mean, you can swivel this thing around however you want. But alright, as soon as that's done, I will return with the next step. Alright, so once all that's done, you'll be able to move on. Now, again, somebody's beat me to it, but there should be clips here, here, and here. You need to disconnect or cut them or whatever you want to do to get this upper electrical connector off. I'm leaving the upper hose on for now, but all that should move. Then you'll need to disconnect this connector off from this box. I'm not even sure what that is. And the fans should plug in right here, and that's lovely melted for me. So unclip that, and then there'll be two 10mm bolts, one here and one here, and the entire fan system should come off from there. And then alright, that should get the fans out of the way, so that'll be the next step. Be right back. Alright, so I'm leaving the fan on with these two bolts because the second I remove this thing tries to drop on me. If I had a helper out here, I could remove the fans with them inside the car, but as it stands, I'm just going to take the radiator and fans out as one assembly. I'm leaving that hose on to hold it for me. So at this point, all I have to do is disconnect these four bolts here. They're 10mm, and the maybe have to disconnect these. These look like 8mm to me. I will see on that one. I may be able to just slide the entire radiator system that way without taking this stuff off. But you just got to be real careful not to bend your lines or mess them up. So I'm going to take that off, and the radiator should be out then. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, and now the radiator is out. Fans are just those two 10mm bolts I talked about, here and there. Pop those off, put the new radiator on, and back she goes. And that's what you're going to be left with. In a way, it kind of reminds me of the old, old Chevrolet 65 Impala, where you could take everything off. Core support, fenders, the whole show. But it's still a strut tower unibody style construction. This is definitely unique. I've never seen anything quite like this. But hey, if you needed to get this manifold, or it's a good time to change your oil while you're at it. If you need to change the manifold or access the transmission or fix an oil leak or anything, you got easy access to it right now. So yeah, in a way it was a stupid design, but another way it wasn't half bad. So that's that. Get it changed out and you should be good to go. Thanks for watching. I hope it helps.